What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Infernoids with the new, well, upcoming structure deck, the Lair, Darkness, pretty much a dark structure deck, right? Combined with Infernoids, due to the field spell you can use, well, once per turn, right? During both players' turns, whenever you like tribute for like a card effect, you can use your opponent's monster for that particular tribute effect. So let's say an Infernoid monster, for example, enemy controller, and the list goes on, right? Sadly no tribute summon, but Infernoids, first of all, this build is far from being, optimal, like, it's not really an optimal build, that's what I want to say. So like, I'm open for feedback, open for suggestions. Again, all the feedback is definitely welcome. This is not your standard 60 cards Infernoid build, right? A couple of changes to the main deck, like adding in the small darkness package of the triple level 4. Discard to search the field spell, and also has like a tribute effect of drawing a card. But again, thanks to the field spell, you can tribute like an opponent's monster. Same counts for the Infernoids. The level 8 Diablos is also tagged at 1 in the main deck, just in case extra beat stick and this like forceful sentry effect can come in handy. As for the rest, I think, yeah, the Brilliant Fusion is just for curios. You'll see why, but again, Brilliant Fusion not really too familiar, or at least not really too common in Infernoid decks, right? For the most obvious reasons. But then again, Curious is, I think, just too great. Same for Brilliant Fusion and Predaplant to go for Cherubini. Crystal Needle Fiber as well. Yeah, the Blackwing as well in the main deck. But yeah, let's just showcase a couple of example duels, right? Okay, first example, again, I think I have like 5 duels ready playtesting against Pendulum Magicians. The deck does run a lot of hand traps. I believe I eventually dropped one Ash Blossom from the main deck in favor of a third Ghost Ogre indeed, since, everyone in the mother is like playing Pendulums or Pendulum Magicians, and you need Ogre to stop their Electromite. Sadly, no Ogre here, so he's free to get some nice advantage. Then again, no negation, so no, what is it called, Vortex Dragon or Norito, the rank 6 one, so that's all good. This opening hand is decent. Then again, Predaplant, well, it speaks for itself, right, that the Predaplant has so many possibilities, Scaldeed and, Curious. With the field spell it is, since again the field spell makes every monster on the field being a dark monster, so every monster has the same attribute, and, like with all these different engines, it's not that hard to get 3 different monsters on the field. Especially, with all these, as I mentioned before, all these sub-engines. Crystal Needle Fiber, gets me an extra monster on the field and gets me another token thanks to the Blackwing Cloak, I believe the name is. Get Curious on board, and then, well, again, Curious, you have a couple of options, right? Like, as you saw in the quote-unquote side deck, in the deck profile, like the playing the Clowns, Damage Juggler, Trick Clown is not in the main deck, Head Trigger as well. Again, space is an issue, even though you're running like a 60 card build. Evenly Matched has been going in and out since you obviously want to go second, right? Fairy Tale Snow, definitely an option, and that's cute, like giving you the tokens from the field spell during the end phase. The turn player gets the same amount of tokens equal to the amount of tributed monsters during that particular turn, so the tokens can be used for either a Link summon, go for Cherubini since the tokens are level 3, maybe like being tributed if needed, but again, if you have the field spell, you can just tribute your opponent's monsters, right? Normal summon Scorpio, and yeah, the standard Brilliant Fusion shenanigans. It's just something that, well, gives you extra monsters on the field and keeps upgrading your stuff. 1 Diablos in the main deck, I think it's okay. Can definitely be a nice attack. It's searchable off of your level 4. It's not too common, but again, feel free to toy around with the card ratios. I have been playing also, Lilith has also been in the main deck, but that wasn't really working out too well. You don't want to run trap cards, right? Or that many trap cards. Evenly Matched, definitely an option, like first turn summon Lilith, evenly matched, that delicious stuff, but again, needs more playtesting. Get the Diablos on the field an extra plus, right? So nice. The fact that you potentially can mill like a Diablos from your deck. Again, it's good, but it's something that, definitely needs extra feedback and more work. Another example again, I again get to start, that's not really too optimal, but the hand trap, I think I got Ash Blossom like every duel, or pretty much every duel, so I definitely want to main deck like Gamma, on like, you know, Brilliant Fusion, Left Arm Offering, Grass, etc. Here going for the Decathlon first to send, I believe, what's it called, is it Lilith? I'm not really sure, you know, the Deviati, that's the name. You know, negating the monster effect, right, so get the Predator Plant on the field, and eventually, you know, go for Curio, set up Fairy Tail, etc. Although, his hand was pretty much perfect, right, still have Fairy Tail to put one of his monsters face down, but I completely forgot you can still use like the Contact Fusion stuff, well, not really Contact Fusion, but the Fusion Summon with one face down monster, so he's still able to, you know, get that Electromite 2.0 on the field, and there is a second copy, so this went downhill pretty fast, and yep, not really something I can do, right. Okay, I can get back the, what's it called, Arima, the level 4, but okay, I can potentially threaten my opponent here with like a rank 4 Exceed play. Do top deck into Grass, definitely a very solid top deck, normal summon, and he reveals a Pendulum Graft Trap. That's a bummer, so use a Deviati to blow away the entire background, and somewhat again sacrificing my own field spell as well. And in this case, I actually am very much live in a duel, Deviati being a nice beat stick, and, you know, can potentially negate like monster effects, right, if I'm not mistaken. It's very late. Anyway, here, yeah, the game didn't give me the option to special summon Fairy Tail at like the end of the battle phase, and yep, obviously I would have done that, right, just in case if the opponent had like any potential answer to, you know, I could have like tributed my Fairy Tail with the Deviati, but nope, rest is again history, and I have like the two most useless top deck, like the Predator Plant Scorpio, I believe, and no, it's Cobra, well, you know, the Garnet, right, Garnet 2.0, and Wolf as well. I dropped Wolf to 1 in the main deck, but again, in like regular Infernoid 60 cards, you're seeing it at 2, maybe 3 with Solar Recharge, so again, it's up to you if you want to main deck those other extra engines. Again, feel free to toy around with the card ratios. The opponent gets to start, again, with a Curtain, and that's some instant access to Electromite, but whew, luckily the Ghost Ogre now to get rid of the Electromite, and, you know, that definitely keeps you very much alive in a duel, right? Definitely a solid opening hand with charge, desires as well. The opponent does have the Ash Blossoms, so that's all good. I do have the Decathlon to potentially send Deviati, but not really sure what am I going to do here. Surge the field spell, yep, okay, charge, and get lucky. I believe at this point I was playing 2 Wolf. Anyway, Desires gets negated by the Ash Blossom, like pretty much always, right? Normal summon Decathlon to immediately go for Tornado Dragon to pop away. I believe one of his magicians indeed. Special summon Onunku, and, you know, have like, not really sure if I tribute monster this turn. Nope, indeed, no tokens, but again, Onunku can just tribute itself to negate the Foolish Burial, and Tornado Dragon can, you know, pop one of the Pendulum Scales, and again, I'm in a very good position. One monster was tributed during the opponent's turn, so the opponent will get 1 monster, or at least 1 token. Raiden will mill like 2 cards, but nope, not really game just yet, but go for Needle Fiber. And I believe at this point I was still playing the, what's it called, the TG Wonder Magician in the extra deck, I believe, right? Yep, indeed. So banish the Needle Fiber, go for Wonder Magician, pop one of his scales, and immediately single summon. Doesn't really matter, right? Go for Omega. Last example, the opponent again gets to start, no Ghost Ogre, but this time I do have an Ash Blossom to stop the, I believe it's Duelist Alliance, yep, indeed, but nothing to stop the Electromite, and that's definitely a big problem. So now the opponent is able to, like, establish a very delicious board. He's able to get those 2 extra monster slots. Nope, luckily no, what's it called, the Harmonizer or Harmonizing Magician, you know, the tuner, right? But that's definitely a super solid field. Absolute Dragon to go for Deco Darker, you know, that will trigger its effect, and eventually also summon Vortex, so that's 1 negation. But, okay, use, eventually, well, Surge a field spell, use Charge, set up a couple of Infernoids, I believe, not really sure which cards I milled. Use Desires as well. If he negates that, he will be, I believe the Onunku is lurking in the graveyard. But yep, there it is. Maybe I should have played it the other way around, using Imagination first. It's Imagination, right? Indeed. Then he should negate Imagination with Vortex and then just drop Onunku. And then, you know, Onunku would have been able to negate stuff next turn with, I believe, the tokens as well. I think I should have, like, tributed during this turn, but it doesn't really matter. Both ways, definitely seal the deal here with Tornado Dragon also. But again, currently the decklist, feel free to leave suggestions. Don't take this decklist for granted. It's just to showcase, you know, the somewhat of a synergy between Infernoids and the field spell, the Lair field spell. So again, all suggestions are welcome. And yep, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.